What's up, everybody? It's Yanda Woods on your screens, and welcome to a special edition of Spreading Humors.
Yes, it's your boy ZILLEWIZZY, and shit, man. And I just want to say, happy Heritage Day.
Week.
Week.
Yeah.
Month. It's a month.
Do you think people celebrate Heritage Month throughout the whole month?
Yeah, it's like
whole month.
February, Valentine, the whole month. Flowers every day ka February. Flower ke flower, len come send like emoji, it's still a flower.
True.
You know. So this whole month we are celebrating Heritage Day. Today I'm wearing Zulu.
Zulu.
Something like that. But I just want to say the reason I'm not wearing my petty clothes is because they bleached them. But yeah, man, culture ke culture. Like Tech once said, we are for the culture.
True.
Yeah.
True.
Yeah.
I was thinking of wearing a Galaxy Boy shirt because that's culture too.
Okay.
If you think about it.
To be quite fair.
To be fair.
Yeah, to be. I also saw your post about Nike. So your Nike thing was a culture too.
I think, well, I'm not that I think. You see how you're wearing sneakers right now with your cultural fit? I feel like sneakers go well with culture. Like we are slowly like making our culture cool in a sense.
Some people get married in sneakers these days.
Exactly.
They wear like their tuxedo. With the
you
nice
see?
Oh man. But guys, let me tell you, the good thing about culture, that you can't experience culture if you can't view it. Let me tell you.
Let's get into it on Spreading Humors, plugged in with CAPITEC, where millions of South Africans are banking better.
If you don't know, I don't know about you guys, but I'm tired of spending way too much on data. Thank goodness CAPITEC Connect just made life easier with their new reduced data bundle. And when I say they're affordable, I really mean affordable. It's the same fast, reliable network, no drama, no you have run out of data halfway through a TikTok binge. If you're trying to save while staying connected on the CAPITEC Connect SIM, get the CAPITEC Connect SIM in branch and recharge on the CAPITEC app. No catch, just smooth connection with CAPITEC Connect.
That's the T on Spreading Humors. Plugged in with CAPITEC. Bank on a better future.
And obviously, you can't buy data without money, so listen up. Hollywood Bets are giving you the chance to win the absolute trip of a lifetime. I'm talking about winning one of 2 trips to the ultimate race in Abu Dhabi. So they're literally not giving away money. It's also a race, like an ultimate race thing in Abu Dhabi. How crazy. And if that wasn't big enough, you'll also stand a chance to win your share of a R1 million cash pool prize. So how do you get in on this unbelievable opportunity? It is so simple. All you need to do is bet 10 Rand or more on the thrilling, high-flying game JetX. Every 10 Rand bet you place on JetX is another entry into the draw. Your next round could be your tickets to that cash prize or that incredible race weekend in Abu Dhabi. So get your name in the draw, just head down to the pinned comment below this video and click the link. When you sign up, make sure to use my promo code MacG. This is a massive opportunity, but please remember the important rules. You must be 18 or over to enter, and as always, please, guys, please bet responsibly. Don't let this opportunity fly by. Get it? Because you're flying to Dubai. Good luck. Now let's get back to it.
Abu Dhabi, Dubai.
Yeah.
Dubai.
Why didn't you laugh when I said fly by?
No, because I got the joke already. So when you say fly by, sometimes it's not funny to laugh at something you can't experience. Fly by.
You've been in a plane before, though.
Yeah, no. Oya Botswana.
Yeah, Penike plane.
Oya Cape Town.
Yeah.
Oya Polokwane.
When people fly to PLK.
I once did.
It
was not. Yeah.
It was not what?
Yeah. I once did fly. It was 30 minutes. And the airport was so nice.
Airport ko Polokwane.
Yeah, I once flight from Polokwane. Oh no, magala taxi.
Yeah, dude. That's I'm like, why haven't we been flying this whole time?
No.
What Jason
Jason, we save money.
KRM.
Yeah, KRM. But man, also we still have a competition. Yeah, anyway,
today's winner is Mona Lisa Faith. So her story goes, the one time I really needed my network, it decided to betray me in the worst way. I was at a family wedding and my job was simple. I was told to text my cousin to tell the DJ to pause the music because the bride was about to walk in. And that was the easiest job to do, right? Except my network said, not today, my friend. My messages took so long to send that by the time they finally went through, the bride was already halfway down the aisle to the sound of Jerusalem remix. Everyone thought it was a planned dramatic entrance. The aunties were clapping and the bride just gave me the death stare of the century. The moral of the story is never trust a bad signal when true love is on the line. #Salsi Lost Resorts.
It's a bit romantic.
I would know it's not Jerusalem.
No, but like...
I'd go back to the beginning of the aisle. There are no guys change the song and then start from scratch.
Because your entrance didn't have aura.
Yes, Jerusalem.
Jerusalem.
No, mind you, you're holding like a bouquet. You're wearing like a white dress.
So, wanola alathile matakala sancha we beka tachi matakala alathile.
Yeah, you must come back and pick them up and put them back into the basket.
Oh my days. What did you do on your Heritage Day?
When was Heritage Day? Thursday or Friday?
Because I realized I won't lie, because I had data due to Onkisha. I got to see there was this other competition. I don't know where. I got to watch that the whole day. So they had I think they were trying to break Guinness World Record. The braai. So they had a whole. I think it was in Bloemfontein, if I'm not mistaken. So they were braaiing 2,000 braais at once. Hey, chachash.
Did they win the record?
Yeah, I think they did.
Good for them.
Yeah.
I was just chilling, dude.
Yeah.
I don't recall a time where we celebrated Heritage Day, we're going out 3D or something. Except I heard on my streets, people were marching, so they were wearing traditional clothes. They had drums. They were rasa.
I'm sorry.
From Limpopo to Sentini.
Hey, wait, coming. Oh, una look my Santene. You know what? I don't like. I might be wrong, but when I was in high school, grade 11, I joined a traditional. I was Mr. Heritage in my class. I chose myself. My classmates didn't choose me, and I went inside and I acted like a Zulu person. I went. But instead of doing that, how they do, I just went up and I flied and I jumped down. And the whole crowd was, yeah, until I didn't win. And my crush was like, Oscar Fofela. But the problem is you jump into conclusions.
Don't dust me.
All my classmates know this thing. And bro, I remember girls just every time they saw me that day, they kept on saying, yeah. I was Mr. Yeah. So every time Heritage comes, I just remember that moment. We kept shooting myself. Young pinya. My Santa Sala Jackie Chan.
Ufufa kayona. Ka shot pen.
Agree, you know when you do beauty contest, they give you a number.
Yeah.
I was number 93. But I like a spell it or so. Moko win. That papi brown.
Mabele.
Mabele ka mchako kwa karma amteke ichi. Tama ngwana. That's culture though.
Yeah.
Guys, please do enjoy the next episode with Clement Maosa and enjoy yourselves. Thank you. But with a strong boat today, Rekipina, we enjoy our heritage.
Wait, in Siberi, is it Raipsina or Raipin?
Next, I say Raipin.
Why?
Ripin kudu mava.
It's not Ripsine kudu.
No, I say Ripin.
Why?
I don't know.
Do you know that video? Mama ne Ripsine kudu.
You know, I know that guy. Yeah, I know that guy. His name is Tim No Sleep. He calls himself a Rip. Yo. Ripin Kuduma. I hope you guys, when you watch this episode, you can say Ripin Kuduma, man.
We love you guys so much. Kisses.
As a legal advisor, but I couldn't last for the whole year because nanega palelo. Kapara sutu every day. Get her laptop with the sharp nose. I was like, this is not me.
You've played the character KWAITO for over a decade now on Skeem.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
So how has the character evolved, in your opinion?
Oof. Yeah, but like I said earlier on, how it evolved. Hey, score.
Hey, Shwawan.
Hey,
Eish.
Pulela speed, man. JVT is something that you have to plan. It's like we know ball, Joe. You must go there with a game plan. I'll not term or the Pirates or Chiefs, whatever. We do la fast, la check the opponents, challenge, okay, game it, so okay, this is gonna be my game plan, and then another. So I think it's the same thing that I did when I got into the
Act, ne?
Oh.
Get boss. So now, Kalava lead act, Muskim Samuel, lead act, more twitches, so Reno do court. Most of us will reach a Josie, Kidi Kai. Even if Sima knew, she stays in Midrand. If she knew about that event properly, she was gonna come.
If I was invited.
Oh,
That's great. And how does it make you feel when, so many legendary actors and actresses come out and ask for donations and say, hey, like the
touche.
Yeah, the acting industry.
What's that?
Hi, Zile, hi.
Hey, guys, so go see my favorite host of the most, and we're on Spreading Humors. Yes, sir. And today we are not alone. We are with...
Oxonje ke introduce
Yeah.
8 tawala wa fe 212 like yona Lekompo ke no more. It's your poet Clement Maosa.
Yanda.
But you're saying, and that's not all, blah, 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 then it's me. Yo, what's up, guys? You already know who it is. You know where we are. Zile.
Hey, yo, what up, it's your boy ZILLEWIZZY. We're doing it. Yeah, man. Thank you. Welcome to Spreading Humors. Today we are embezzled. We have
Embezzled.
embezzled with the great guest.
Embezzled.
Like Urshokile. Like the
That's
serious
not what
factor.
you know what?
What does embezzled mean, guys?
It doesn't mean to steal funds from a company, but you know what? It
Yes.
is.
Yeah.
But anyway, thank you so much for coming.
Thank you for having me.
This
Yeah.
is dope. This is dope.
Yeah.
So please do give us a little bio about yourself, where you're from.
How?
For people that don't know.
For people that don't know.
Okay, when about Buchegan?
You?
You.
All right, ke a dlala wa fitu. Clement ke mfana o tswa ko magaeng e pleke ngwe ba re ke bogo mo sena barwana.
Yeah.
Yeah, ke gotse ke mkhaya
ke
ke homeboy.
Masai.
Yeah, no, ke gotse ke phela life is simple lejo. Both my mom and dad were domestic workers.
Okay.
I've got 3 siblings. And yeah, my life was just simple, but I had big dreams. You know, ne ntse ke tseba lore one day ke nyoko ke bona lo reng ke ko pele ku.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Pili meaning?
Kodimo ku.
Oh,
Yeah.
not just like your regular
Yeah, ne ke ipotsa gore one day ke nyaka gore batho ba ntebelelwa ba somebody mention a leina la ka.
Yeah.
Ba ku sure ya man is a big deal.
Oh, damn. And you actually like
think it
spoke it into existence.
Yeah, I've passed that a long time ago. Come on.
Definitely.
Come on.
I actually and many more.
Ow.
Give it Clement, then and many more back. I think. Nah, man. Thank you so much. Do you feel like even difficult sometimes when you're from like autonomous places, autonomous bohom, feel or no? As much as I have greater dreams, mokilong hona sometimes uba wima other than other people who are already in Jozi to make it.
Yeah, man. I mean, it's always tough. I don't want to lie to you. Firstly, being a villager, there's so many disadvantages, right?
Yeah.
Even just, expressing yourself and, being well articulating and, just speaking English fluently, because when you come to Joburg, back then, a lot of people never understand the spade.
Yeah.
I understand. So now, uzama robolele sizulu nyana seapala accent ba kwa rasiona.
Yeah.
Swale sono ro wazama ba otsheya because society are there. You know me, I.
Because this
So it's always been tough, but also I think the biggest thing is access to information. I understand, because if you lose no information, you can't even have like a decent conversation with people because you've got nothing to offer.
Yeah.
So I think it was a bit tough, but also I think the mentality around that time, people don't take you serious. At some point, I think we were called village boys, upcoming for the longest time, even though you are as good as people who have been in Joburg. So I think it's always a challenge if you're coming from the villages trying to make it to the mainstream. Yeah.
So was acting always like part of your dream, or did you just stumble upon it like when you were
Stumble.
Do you stumble?
How stumble is one?
law. When you were pursuing law, and did you just think, oh, let me just try this thing?
Okay, here's my story. Ne? Growing up, I think local primary ninjigile active. I was that child who ringe. Eba buchisha get na kemisha letsoga classing. Like I was very active, and then we started doing the sketch. You know, got the Sunday school and whatnot. I think that's when I discovered Norman karate acting too much, right? And then fast forward when I was in high school. I was also doing the drama plays, co-staging. Back then, in all the competition, I would love life, by districts, and then I would compete, and then would always come back with a trophy. So that's when I think I started having. Nobody support. I think it started when I was in high school because every time when I was school, I was that guy who was hey, wala ko tsika acting. Baba ngo ba recite dialogue ya go re o tlo bolela so. Right? So I started being popular around that time. And then I had to tell my friends, okay, when I finish my matric, I want to go to varsity and study film and television.
Yeah.
And then Bamboja Rawa, which are chance. From this community who has made it on TV. You know, and unfortunately around that time I looked around, there was no one who was on TV from that community. And it felt like maybe what I'm trying to do, it's not possible. Don't understand. So my parents said to me, because nigga pass, I was one of the bright learners ko skolong. I mean, I was always part of top 5 best performing learners. So they said to me, when I would go a lawyer, or go a doctor. Right. So that's why I ended up going to University of Limpopo and studied LLB. So it wasn't my choice. Right. My parents forced me. They like, it's either you're going to be a lawyer or a doctor because you're smart. But around that time also, I think these two careers, never feel like I understand. So that's why I studied LLB. But as soon as I finished and graduated, I decided that no, now it's time for me to go and pursue my dreams.
And growing up, you wanted to be successful and a household name, right?
Yeah.
So when did you realize that, like, I'm living my dream right now?
Ish. How do I put this? The thing is, as an individual, or set the goals, right? So we're not gonna go but to somebody else, we're gonna not yet.
Yeah.
So for me, it was when I first appeared on Skeem on SABC1.
Yeah.
Because back then, being on SABC1, it was the biggest thing. You know what I mean? It's like, you've made it on a TV.
Yeah.
I understand. From my community, I think that night, the first time I appeared on TV, everyone was calling me, everyone was celebrating, but TV, you're famous, whatever. But then still, I didn't feel like I've made it. Up until I started making money. Salaries and okay, no corner afford rent maybe for apartment, corner loreka motoronyana, then gonna feel like yeah.
That's dope, man.
You can talk.
Oh, so now you have been interesting.
What were you gonna say?
No, I was gonna say, like, I feel like it's a good thing that you're from a place where by ultra high, so you give a lot of people like hope, or you know what? Because now I thought you would have when I was growing up, and I remember the time when Skeem was starting, willing to the biggest. Everyone
Still is.
like Molai Thomas, like Ramolai Thomas, Lur Kamgari, Level Rena, Nakos Nanuso, comedy YouTube. But like when I was in high school, you guys were doing things are real life problems also. And another thing was that thing, or like, even though you guys are acting, you're also teaching other people lessons. And I feel like that is good while you're doing what you love, but also educating.
Yeah. I think one of the reasons why I'm still on Skeem Sam and I don't have plans of leaving anytime soon is because it's one of those shows that are very educational.
True.
And they resonate with a lot of families, especially black families. So you understand. And in as much as I love acting, I always want to do something that resonates with me as well, but also I'm very passionate about telling stories, but telling true, authentic stories.
Yeah.
I understand. So I don't have any dreams. Hollywood, 1, 2, 3, 4, because I feel like I might be doing what I love, but I cannot personal. I understand. And the other thing is that show allowed me to grow in a way, you know, to me like a teenager, and then high school, and then varsity, and then now a young adult, and yeah, I understand. And I think one of the greatest thing one as an achievement for Nagoring, let's say Giloko High. I understand. But how about the hey, I want to show you na bana ba ka ke ba hapeletša gore ba ilebelele because through show ya lena ra ba botša gore ba ska dira lo tša botutu otherwise ba tlo feleletša ba le so. So for me I think that's the biggest reward more than anything else, more than even awards. Yeah, I understand, to know that we impact people's lives in a positive way.
That's dope.
Yeah.
So how do you balance, because you're not saying anything about law, so I just wanted to know how do you balance being an actor and being a qualified lawyer?
Like I said, as soon as I completed my LLB degree, I was supposed to go to law school and write the bar exam, and I decided that that's not what I want to do. And Skeem Sames Tomanele 3 months. It was like a 13-part drama series, right? And then after Fetchau Shooter, we were home not doing anything. That's when I decided that I was going to utilize my law degree. And then I worked for a law firm in Sandton as a legal advisor. But I couldn't last for the whole year because nanega palelo. Ke apara suit every day, get a laptop with a sharp nose. I was like, this is not me. So I decided that I'm not going to use it. So for now, I don't even have to balance. I'm not using my LLB degree, but I think I'm going to use it at a later stage because all I wanted to do now was to major in entertainment law, something that we lack in South Africa. So a lot of artists, the actor, the musicians, they the contract, and so I think that's what I want to get into.
Okay.
Especially when you do thoma kwa.
As a Lekompo fela or like a piano everywhere, little actor
everywhere like but uthome go high kwa ntwane ya the agreement ka di contracts yon. Akitara ka la court te pedwa mfa court.
Wele ka rolo yona ka Lekompo, are you part of it?
I went through this. Or if you go now I went through this, the agreement to the verbal. So lawyer Clement, hey, I have a problem here.
No, but I feel like we slowly get in there. You know, somebody like Hit Boss also, he's into law. So we try him by all means to try and advise where we can and also just bring information to them. But the other thing is there's this famous saying, you can take a donkey to the water, but you cannot force it to drink. So I don't know where I got that.
No, sorry, I'm laughing because I said this on the
Oh, is it? Yeah, let me give you somewhere. I get guy. So because you must understand that some people, when they are at their peak, they feel like if somebody will advise or somehow. So you can only advise your opinion is valued. Yeah.
So you've played the character KWAITO for like over a decade now on Skeem.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
So how has the character evolved, in your opinion?
Oof. Yeah, but like I said earlier on, how it evolved. Hey, score.
Hey, Shwawan.
Hey. Anyway, how it evolved, you started as this young kid who's like a teenager, who's very naive and doesn't have a lot when it comes to, understanding life and life obstacles and then also growing up as somebody who had to take responsibilities of being a man of the house because KWAITO grew without his father. Yeah, I understand. So, and then from there to now, him moving from Tefluop to Gauteng to go and study. Yeah, I understand. I think that's how it evolved. But then after studying, completing, and then going back to Limpopo, and then start working as an intern for some engineering company, right? And then later on, now he's married, and then he's attempting to have kids, whatever. So I feel like from the character since he came up until now, there's been a lot of, life challenges that he grew with life challenges, he grew with them. And the other thing, life in all the face, right? So whatever that you deal with as a teenager is going to be different with what you deal with as a young adult, and then finally as a husband or as a community leader. Eventually as a businessman, because KWAITO was, into construction, they dealing at the tender and. So I feel like that's how the character evolved.
Dope.
Oh, yeah, wow. And how do you... Oh, and so?
So it taught me a lot personally as a human being, that that character, the way he explored Lenka, some of the life lessons he took from you.
And what's the secret to like the longevity and staying relevant, even with, the young crowd and the young actors on the show?
I'm glad that you asked that question because when I go TikTok, I wrote something, meaning or don't just live for the now, right?
Yeah.
So longevity is something that you have to plan. It's like a dlala bolo, Joe. You must go there with a game plan. I will not term or dlala le Pirates or Chiefs, whatever. They do la fast, la check the opponents, okay, game so okay, this is gonna be my game plan, and then another. So I think it's the same thing that I did when I got into the industry. Right? Firstly, remember, go discourage. Hey, the actor, the drugs, cause nasilo, blah 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 blah, all negative things. Yeah, I understand. So I wanted to prove them wrong.
Yeah.
No, and achieve A, B, C, D. Even with the people that I started with, my own challenge or okay, far ahead.
Yeah.
So for me to stay relevant to go ring, I must maintain relationships. I must be professional. I must be punctual. I must respect my work and my workplace. But also, I mustn't be afraid to try other things within the industry because sometimes we focus on then it's back to zero.
True.
I understand. So I think that's how I kept relevant for so long. But also just being humble, man. I think I'm always grateful for my background because in many cases whereby a lot of celebrities like we feel like we are mudimunyana so I understand how sa kwa batho ba advise go meroko ngwala pisha ya meroko ngotailwe and
do you guys experience such people boss because na boss
explain what
like do you guys experience maybe let's say lead act ne boss now kalaba lead act mo Skeem samunyo go lead act le mo Twitch so re no di court na ka di boss
no there's a lot. It's not only in acting even in music everywhere. Some like Redila Lefemi differently because remember you are this young boy from Limpopo Hoju Sokola, no one ever gave you attention. You know Labanyana never saw your attention. All of a sudden you are on TV, attention ifitli about screamela, you know for a certain car udula play saying so that can come to you. And also let's say we go into maybe you work with different brands. Jigi brandy ubukechi business class wa fly or Dubai udula gara 5-star hotel. So those things can get to you because now you get used to people just singing your praise and just treating you like a prince. Right? Then we'll so there are a lot of those people, but to each their own, guys. So more
yeah. Then works at the boss.
Can't take a boss with
Actually, buy. No, but here's the thing. Especially now, I don't like it. Don't do it to me. But I also hate it when you do it to other people. Because most of the time, one thing that I know most of us here on the couch, we don't experience cases but disrespectful, especially popular people, because what? We are also popular. But that doesn't allow that person to be rude to another person. I don't like that.
Yeah, but how you must deal with it to go you must never allow somebody to make you feel inferior. Right? So if a lot of people boss you house come of attention, I be boss go strategy, you are not more word. I understand. No such people now the way I'm not gonna give you my attention. I understand. It has happened to me a lot of time. Like right now, if I'm playing a lot of celebrity, I'm uncomfortable. Right? Because back then maybe money YouTube like I'm frostana grata content high and then so when content high excited that thing can destroy you. So it has happened to me a lot of times.
Really?
Yeah, I understand. So no if it like play sa tsebe batho ke wa bone go tseba ile re sala ba interaction then vele ke tlo dumedisha ra bolela mara ke sa tsebe ke na le ntwela right ke chaba re ba tlo mphotsa
wa motsa siso le Limpopo boy ko Lekompo balcony
wa rana ke nyako ba ka ra control.
That's what you like the first time. That's what you like the first time.
Ametile ka mo
Ina ke show ka bona se
you were there
mara ka bona selo no te play
But you probably saw it online.
I might have.
Not you might have. I think everyone saw it. What are your thoughts? Now that we're talking about the boss and people not giving other people attention.
Okay, here's the thing. Sometimes before commenting on anything that I see on social media, I first question the authenticity of whatever footage. Or maybe they're putting on an act, or maybe because the other thing is it's a bit relationship. So you can't just say from what you see and say, besides that video, maybe phone or whatever. So for me, I feel like I'm in no space to make a comment or say, oh, it's wrong or it's right or whatever. But if a lot of rude, I don't think anyone should be rude to anyone.
Fair enough, that's fair.
Hey, guys, speaking of Lekompo and music, you are a musician. You have taken out a song called Good Life with King Monadane.
Yeah.
Yeah. So we see you also supporting, Go Balcony Mix. Lekompo, ne?
Yeah,
Lekompo
Lekompo Balcony Mix.
Yeah. So how does it make you feel seeing what Lekompo is today?
Hey, it's a tough one. Ne? Okay, let me address it in two parts. Me doing music comes from I'm from a family lo re rata Greg, right? So every night go high na re phela ro opela before rapela robala. So it was like a culture. And then go Gregeng lona nenji go opela was part of the choir go Gregeng. And then go skolong, when you're doing theater it's mostly acting, singing and dancing. So those are the things that I've been doing even way before I came to Skeem, right? So I feel like music has always been a part of me. And then later on, I think around 2017, 18, I met Chima Music. He's a well-known producer and a DJ, house music, right?
Okay.
We became very close, and it's like, him and I went to studio, and then we did the first song. It was called Rhythm of Your Heart. It was like Afro Soul, right? And then because nege actor, next na enough time or push music because my focus was acting and I really wanted to make a mark go acting. And then later on, gigging, I started emceeing here and there. And then we became friends. One day, Ratsana Studio, that's when we did Good Life, right? And then from there, he was on my case. I'm gonna push away, and I'm gonna music. I'm like, hey, it's a focus to go acting. And then fast forward later on, I just decided to, you know what, so no push. But before Lekompo, I think is a millennial piano, mola masterpiece, MJ, but it wasn't coming the way. Yeah, I understand. But mostly because I had no time, because everything in Yakawefe now.
Sure.
And then later on, Lekompo later, then now we are Pagati inside. Like, no push Lekompo full time.
That's dope.
So speaking about Lekompo, and this is something that I think we have spoken about before. So you know how do you feel with the people who are no KWAITO yena utsenikara Lekompo la rena 1 2 3 1 2 3, because I also kind of like experienced that. You know we attack, why di kosha tsa piano we act la Skeem some no takara Lekompo la fish. So what would you like to say to those people, and how do you handle such critiques also?
Well, one of my life thing, ne. I told myself the goals check, I get the goals check. Right? And nobody knows my goals and my dreams more than myself. Right? And I told myself especially if it's not progressive criticism. Right? A lot of people guess I look at high school go acting, give a TV, and they said, we're not getting a chance, you'll never be on TV.
Yeah.
Had I listened to those people, where would I be today? Yeah, I understand. So same recipe applies. A lot of people are now like, hey, Lekompo, what, but I'm like, you don't even know my background here, music. Before Lekompo, I've always been doing music.
Exactly.
Yeah, I understand. So I don't take to heart such negativity. But on top of that, I hate it if you're ring onalditoro mara o dumella batho ba botjoro na o phele like quarter too much. No kan tebelela lo ka re ba botjoro ke dila le tsona gwang a ke dile tsona selo ke a di bona, just read and then ke tswa mo tsona, because probably somebody sitting there o boreila tsebe lo rena direnga life ya hae, and then you want to dictate or na life ya ka e be jwa how tla bontwaela mos. No, so I don't deal with those things. Ke a di bona di comment, but I don't even give them attention.
Wow.
Yeah, that's dope.
But funny enough, the same people later on they show popile but no what else you're doing well. So I'm like, oh nkebe ke ba thele di tshenge be ke le gae no.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Ibile ba gopela dinepelo wena.
O mongwe bile o nyaka feature. Ba baya go di inbox no.
Let's work. I see potential.
Yeah, no, I was a potential. No, you're killing it.
Yeah, you're killing
the
it.
same person who was saying, look at the Zama 1 2 3 4. You don't know my. But the other thing is also
Yeah.
I understand. There's no recipe to life. You can't tell people or no when I since you present us acting, 1 2 3 4. Who are you to tell me how to live my life? Yeah, I understand. And it happens a lot more South Africa, right?
Yeah.
Like I need a background story of
I
this
just don't like authority control.
Because right now what they're doing, they're trying to distract you, right?
That's
And he's so distracted.
And perfect your skill. Yeah, I understand. Why go America to hell Will Smith, who are rapper, who are actor, who did the movie? We don't complain, we don't say anything. Yeah, I understand. But Beyonce, they've been acting, they're singing. Everyone is doing whatever they want to do. When I focus, I'm more presenter, focus, I go acting 1 2 3. Who are you to tell me
They
to
like
focus?
humbling people in South Africa.
Now I don't subscribe to those things.
Yeah.
I didn't touch. Nka se tswile ke dutse ke lebeletse phone ke re ya no ba re nna ke a leka what batho ba bang botse botho I don't care. I don't care. Trust me. I don't care.
Yeah.
Okay, so many people don't know that you usually host the annual charity birthday celebration. Why is giving back so important to you?
Jeez. Okay. Hey, unaloba deep in it. I wasn't expecting that one. Okay. I think my love for giving back, it came from my background, how I grew up. So I remember, so we moved from Kakukwaka, Papa ka haya next to Kakukwaka. But Mama ka rekile dijo no re tšea dingwe re to the granny side for the cousin and everyone. So the spirit of sharing and also uplifting each other has always been there from Kwahai. So ke fitla mo Joburg ne le ntwe la horeng ke bona batho mo Joburg, and I used to be angry ke potsa gore batho mo ba na le opportunities, they close to everything, ba tseba di celebrate whatever. Rena ko mahaeng kwa we had to fight. Ya ga understand or re feleletse re phomelele. So then I decided to no man. Excuse me. I decided to from now on ke tlo thoma from my amount lo reng ke a hola ya salary ke tšee bonyane and then ke lo give up back go high so that ke ba motivated one ba khona feel or no man one day they can make it. So it's been happening for the past 10 years I think. Eventually I had to register a foundation. I've got a foundation called Bakhetho Foundation, and then now I've partnered with a lot of donors, your Hollywood Beds, your Anglo-American. So they are my funders for foundation. And then instead of just going to motivate kids, now we leave in them with school shoes, sanitary towels, stationery, and anything that they need. And the focus is most schools in the rural areas. We don't focus more on civilized and whatever because they've got facilities, resources, and. So I always see myself as that person now Clement, we're not in a school, it's in a school high in public school, and asanga laba certain opportunities. So now I want to bridge that gap to say, even if government maybe palla go fit, but I want to be that token of hope or nagitlo ya ba something. Bonyani we lord ba thusha ka bona, I believe it can make a difference.
That's dope, man.
Yeah.
That is really dope. And since you're very active in what is called motivational speaking, do you have any motivation for all the people that are watching that are trying to make it?
Guys, make sure I am free. I am free. Yo, maybe come when a motivational speaker, come motivate our lost travel. Maybe you're our last hope. Man.
Literally, hey?
Okay, but on a serious note, what I normally do is motivate abana school. I try to be as human as possible because sometimes they see us as this people by lowering they are big and then so I try to lower my standards and everything to their level so that they can relate with me. Because the other thing is you must be a motivation by the life that you live, how you conduct yourself before you can even say anything. You understand? So that so how I normally motivate them, they've got the power and the potential, but everything starts with them. You understand? Because I can go there, scream about the but unless one of them decide or about your decision or they want something better for themselves, then nothing will ever happen.
That's
so the
true.
biggest motivation is for them to realize that they've got the potential within them and they don't need anybody else to validify that.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Yes.
It starts with you.
Exactly. That's the word.
Exactly.
That
Starts with you.
Oh, so Alostro must start
Yes.
with himself.
Yes.
Yeah, because one of them muchere and then we look at
Exactly.
unless you decide you know what you are rukumani salary I don't know allegedly. Oh, understand until you one day akara dujar what's again kila pishiki life amukutoki then nothing will ever happen. Akamusha to the best rehabilitation center, nothing will happen.
I feel like I'm a therapy. I feel like I'm a therapy. I don't know. Look, once I can't do that, so
Yeah.
Bing.
But also part of motivation, if I can go back, but the substances, because I've seen that destroying a lot of future, right? The substances, it doesn't matter, whatever the drugs, I don't see the need to do that. You understand? Because right now, and then jiggy by addiction. From there, and then you've wasted your entire future. So if we can refrain from such things, I think it's gonna help us to go far.
You are learning. Let me not.
You allow, we must drink. Listen, we must drink. No.
We must consume.
No, but listen to me.
Why not clip a
We must, no, but... Listen, guys. No, we must drink responsibly. I always tell even my siblings, sorry, we only drink to celebrate. Go work hard, and then mola achieve it, then have a glass of something to celebrate.
Yeah.
But every day, but also stop drinking if you are below the legal age. I mean, the legal age. You understand? High school,
Exactly, my
rather work. I don't think it's a sin or wrong. Okay, we can take a look at Tabisha Lizilo to Swara class in
Let's get Tabisha Lin.
Yeah, I understand. But for us, doing a social school, to Hawana Liwala, Hawana substance,
So true, yo.
So now I want to know who are the people by long rasi to collaborate alone. Lekompo, when you got better on the streets.
To be quite honest, I don't have a list of people by Lorengeri, because normally when we collaborate, it's through energies, right? Let's say Taganelo and Lekompo balcony mix and then a Rabolela Konabona Rocky and energy sharp. Then from there, that's when we can decide or no, one day I hit a studio. But I don't sit back and say, hey, Mama Angu too much, one day and I don't think I've got that. But more than anything else, I've worked with almost everyone or 80% of Batwa Limpopo. It's just that the release.
Okay.
Yeah.
Now, I feel like that's dope, man. What you're putting in Lekompo, because now for me, I feel like it's light. It's light. It's not. I don't think it's enough, And it's people like you by longer in terms of this side. It's people like you by
light as in like exposure.
Exposure, yeah. Like there are clubs mojo. Anjole okay Limpopo. Auna restaurant or club we can darling Lekompo. It has to be like that, even this side.
I beg to differ. I don't think it should be like that. Remember music music uteleja music because or later alone. Before Lekompo, there's been other genres, right? And right now you cannot say or no you understand. It's for a certain group and for a certain I don't want to say ethnicity, but you must first understand the consumers of your music, right? And even the genre, right? So now you cannot go out and forcing or no genre. For me, I feel like if you're doing well enough, eventually people will catch up. But the other thing is Lekompo is still failing. I don't want to say it's failing you, but over recognized on mainstream right now. From back then. Yeah, understand. So we must be patient enough to allow it to grow. We must first work on perfecting it and making sure that every artist may be comfortable and they got the recipe and they've learned the business and so that by the time it gets there, everybody wants okay, this is how we move in this vehicle.
Yeah.
But I'm saying it in the sense of like there are people who are consumers this side.
Yeah.
We have artists by long gets more akanamela stage no sotlo rock. For example, you see how let me tell you, Lekompo in PTA is too much. Not any place where you go, they are playing. Yes. So, but when you come to Josie, but they are consumers. I'm saying this because they are consumers. Not everyone can travel from here to PTA. Because I've that's why I did that event, and it's because the demand is there. So I want people to understand. Say hi every weekend. The only way I want to consume Shandesh performing in front of me. So that's why I'm saying, let this side, like you, for example, Clement, it's easy for you to come and perform. It's easy for you to do something this side, Okay. And that's how people, some will never do about it. Hey.
So, Marawara, are you more concerned by gatekeeper abadumele Lekompo into certain places or Lekompo kabolona it's not penetrating those spaces?
Lekompo is demanded, but people are not getting it. Do you understand? People are not given the opportunity to listen to it.
There's demand, there's no supply.
Yes, that's what I'm saying.
Okay, I never thought of it that way.
Hence, if
isn't it because maybe most of Lekompo artists were Limpopo and then it's difficult to move them? Yeah, but the other thing is for me, I don't have a problem with that because if it's in demand, so you make sure ban chachelet. Because to chia motho a loko Limpopo mo kisha mo and then you go mo 5,000 or chela petrol. It can't be that way.
So hence extravaganza your event. You remember event? Do you think we're about to look event in your Pitori fell?
No. There's people from Limpopo. Most artists bakhala ba look about Limpopo.
Not artists, attendees.
Okay.
Most of us will reach Josie, Kidi Kai. Even if Seema knew, she stays in Midrand. If she knew about that event properly, she was gonna come.
If I was invited.
Oh,
where did it tell watch? Zile gena bia sonjali budi.
Exactly.
Yeah, understand. The problem is Zile.
I posted it, man.
Yeah, maro sonjo ba bochoro ke tsamayang le nna re nga ofela. Not everyone, give everyone in Kulikicha.
No, I put a post out. I'm going to this event.
So invited the Kulikicha.
We're gonna be on our phones and watch you.
You thought Kulikicha kana dilo hona ke ba buditse personal ba phetho ke tshuna ntwe zwa zwakala. So lona you could have done the same.
That's the thing with
It was
Zile.
a gig for Nashemban.
No, it's fine. Next time we get invite.
So you get my point. Hence, you find venues. Remember, go George's rooftop. I remember I told you guys it was full to the brim. Maybe because event. I was saying Lekompo. You get one.
So now I get you. So since only demand by Mojubek and Mojubek Limpopo barata the music, I feel like then we need to have more artists, right? Uzile swanje bachole pele banchedi kosha so that if Elora mama Limpopo no fit, then Zilo wana mo house you can go and perform.
True, actually, you have a very valid point. Okay.
I've suffered. No, I've suffered. The wound is still healing, my guy.
Yeah, but that's a life lesson. Anything more life thing, it only challenges. Like I said earlier on, if you don't give up on the
yeah. No, I'm coming back. Just that I'm taking a punch. A good dancer knows when to relax. They'll come back on stage.
We told me this thing.
Anyway, you're a father now.
Yeah.
So how has fatherhood changed your life?
How many?
What do you mean?
How has fatherhood changed you?
I don't think our fatherhood change a mood, right?
Okay.
Not personally, I'm one person who I don't believe in, or okay, maybe maybe no less 16, no fit go 18, then it means your entire life or your entire world, it changes. You understand? Yeah. There's nothing different. But however, I can talk about the lessons that I've learned being a father. You understand? I think being a father taught me patience. You know, it taught me how to love genuinely and unconditionally. It taught me how to... Like the way you want to life, man, I realize you only have one chance at life and you have to give it your best. Yeah, I understand. But also to try and spend as much time with the ones that you love more than anything else. Yeah, I understand. I'll rather get denied BK. Yeah, I understand. Because that's what matters. After all is said and done, you only have your family. Yeah, I understand. And in as much as go is not time because to I don't want that void. Yeah, I understand. So I try be there as much as possible. But now 5 years, so we spend a lot of time together. 5? Yeah. What's 6 actually no September.
And speaking of your dad passing on, so did your mom, right? At a young age. Yeah. So how did that impact you and how did that push you to, just push you to hustle and, yeah.
I went through the worst. Thank God to have passed that stage in my life. But around that time, I don't want to lie to you, it was the saddest thing ever. I almost gave up on myself. And I think then I even, attempted suicide because I felt like there was nothing left for me on earth. But the positive side of it is that I then realized, no man, they ran their own race. So now it's time for me, but then it forced me to grow up so quick. Yeah, I understand, because now I had to take the responsibility of being a parent to my siblings because they look up to me. Yeah, I understand. But on top of that, I realized that I've got no plan B. I've got no one to run to. So it's just me versus the world. So I am my own plan A, plan B up until Z. Yeah, I understand. So I think that's where the fire and the zeal to try and make it in life comes from. Yeah, I understand. I'm gonna back up. There's no one. Yeah, I understand. So that fueled me to try and be an overachiever. And I think I've done that.
Yeah, definitely.
Oh, wow.
That's
so
dope.
other than the fact that SAAM is a platform that I don't know how to describe it. That's been around for many years and it provides people with life lessons, it's edutainment. Why else wouldn't you leave the show?
Why else wouldn't I leave the show?
Yeah.
I think also some of the responsibilities that I have, beside passion and everything else, I think we are living in a season, or rather an era, where there's no longer longevity in entertainment. There's no longer security. You know, things are just deteriorating.
True.
Yeah, I understand the economy is bad. You know, we're earning less, and so sometimes when you've got an opportunity like that, rather hold on to it.
Yeah.
But beside that, I feel like the demand is still there. You know,
Yeah.
even yesterday I was telling Zille that I was trending on Facebook about, hey, KWAITO rovako Skeem sab. Yeah, I understand.
Yeah.
And then the comments that was under that post, everyone was like, no, you can't. And 1, 2, 3, 4. Then I realized that because I touch and impact other people's lives, then I must hold on for so long. Because more than anything else, for me, it's making a mark. Right now, some of us because why? Yeah, I understand. And they've left their mark. Same as the generation, right? The old generation. Right now, because they've impacted our lives so much. Yeah, I understand. And in South Africa, we tend to discredit that, right? But the days of our lives, the
building is beautiful.
and no one ever
It's even
said
there,
anything or no, Mara Stefan and Damira hey Bruku, what.
Yeah.
But now highly South Africa is like, yeah, Mara look show you hey, it's a explorer, hey, do I don't listen to those things.
Yeah.
I know what I want, I know my mission and my vision, and I'm gonna stick to my plan.
That's great. And how does it make you feel when, you know, so many legendary actors and actresses come out and ask for donations and say, hey, like the
touche.
Yeah, the acting industry.
Aye, Zille, aye. Zille one trap. I wanna come home letting out retouche.
No, but for real, that is what they say.
Aye.
Because they say the industry isn't what it seems to be.
I
was gonna laugh.
Guys, this is a sensitive issue, ne?
For real.
But for me, another way to life I ka mentality or entertainment or acting.
Yeah.
Whatever formula I apply anyway. Yeah, I understand. So right now, let me give you an example. Official school, agar ukumana internship. Ukumana internship or 5,000 or 7,000.
Yeah.
What you do with that money is up to you.
True.
Right?
True.
And then when I put your with the 7,000, you know what? I'm gonna work hard or ring one day, get 20,000, 30,000, 50,000. But then you plan with that. Unfortunately, when it comes to acting, you can never have those kind of plans because Dilo for 2 weeks, but the other thing is like we don't have subsidy. Medical aid. So right now you need to make sure if it's your passion and you're doing it, and then it can't take care of you and your household, then try other means. Like myself, I told you according to the game plan or okay. But acting I pateli. Whatever I'm gonna make sure na but on top of that, I've got free time. Saturday maybe I shoot, Sunday I shoot. What do I do? Do I open a company? You know, maybe just for me to get an extra income. And I'm not saying it's a must for every actor. But it's so sad to see older people, especially those we call legends or the veterans. However, I feel like the government can do something. I think the Ministry of Sports, Arts and Culture, it's been
Data.
Yeah, man, it's been quiet for quite some time. There isn't much that they're doing. Even back then, you know.
Yeah.
Back then, I remember there was this other minister, I don't want to name drop, but the focus was more on sports. But the ministry says sports, art and culture and recreation. Yeah, I understand. So you can't focus on one specific field and then neglect the others. And the other thing is what they don't understand is that acting and music play a very vital role in the society. During COVID, everyone was watching TV, you know, to distress and whatnot. Even for motivation. A show like Skeem is an educational show. Yeah. But do we get any support in terms of, you know what, let's create more opportunities. Let's make sure that we sign the Bill of Rights or the... Yes, get the Bill of Rights, the one that Ramaphosa is supposed to sign. For the royalties and whatever. So let's come up with those systems that will protect our actors or our artists. The other thing is entertainment is one of those failed they contributed too much to the economy as well. You understand? So right now you're crying or hey, economy of South Africa is better, but you've got tools. You've got but and they can pick up the economy. Because right now all supporters Zille I did a one-man show. Then Zille maybe will be reaching Mamang. We've got people from different countries, but like if you Zille did a one-man show called Limpopo, we're security, the street vendors and then boost the economy. But now when you're neglecting those people, where do you think the economy will be?
You're protecting the people, but you're not being protected.
You are not. You understand? And it is so sad to see other departments who are about agriculture. No, hona le di sita ba khona fa bana di workshop ba ba direla eng ba rekela batho di farm ba dira 1 2 3 4. When you come to entertainment, you're like, what's happening?
Yeah.
King into a lot of guys right now are okay. This ministry right now, but they so. Or even if it's a 5-year or 10-year plan to say from now on, to direla in the actor, the musicians, but what sports, re tlo ba fa empowerment ka ABCD.
You know what? I never saw it like that. Eh? Okay. I always saw it like the agency like a hara system acting besides government eventually. You guys, your systems are already fucked up by themselves. Sorry to say you. But yeah, but the systems are already done. You guys are worth. You guys are working gang hours and everything. But maybe they need that push, or you might think we are making millions, but actually because there was a point whereby generations in Kila strike.
True, yeah.
At some point, imagine, bro, upper repeat. Generations they strike the actor.
We're not going there.
Yeah. Do you know what's do you know what's the sad part about South Africa? Ne?
Yeah.
Especially for public figures, we are indirectly silenced. Right? Whether as Zille or as SEEMAH or as Clement or Yanda. Because right now, if you see the injustices in any field and you decide to open your mouth and speak, right, we all know what's going to happen. You understand? And then right now, we select people who are supposed to represent us, but we cannot even hold them accountable, right? Yeah. Right now, go Twitter or Minister Mamang or MEC or Mamang, you will be getting calls to say, delete that. Otherwise, you will see things. You know what I mean? So unfortunately, we're living in those spaces. Now you're speaking about the agents who did not cover too. These systems were created long before some of us could even get into the industry. You understand? Right now, we're speaking about 31 or 32 years of freedom and democracy, right? But we are still subjected to the systems that were created during apartheid. Why haven't we amended those systems? You understand? And those laws so that we can make them to protect us and have regulations that will favor us. You understand? Right now, once you speak up, you are silenced and then a child or about can say. Unfortunately. So now everyone knows, as long as one pillar two,
that's why, because I think, and here's the thing, a lot of actors, but they are going through those things, even influencers, everyone. But the reason we are not saying is because some of us also, we are comfortable. Even though we are comfortable, we are not fully comfortable. But I can see Norman, Yanda, Mama, because I'm afraid to speak because but
the problem about comfortability is that it's your turn now. And then you see your fellow being abused or mistreated and whatnot, and you keep quiet. The next day, she's treated right, you're not treated right. You expect them to speak for you. Yeah, I understand. But what I always ask myself and my peers is that, Bafetu, no one celebrated June 16, right? The youth year 1976. Is it 1976? Yes. They had to fight against the Africans medium to be used, Koskolong or Badira Solo. Tina, what's our struggles? Because right now we come to the podcast, we always complain, hey, donation 1, 2, 3, 4. But when are we going to stand up and be united and fight for justice?
Oh, wow.
Will we ever get to that point? Because the other thing is right now, SEEMAH ga no bolela go Twitter re yena o nyoko dira 1 2 3 4 re na ba swantse re emele yena ke rena ba mathomo ba mo attack. Hey o nyoko ke thagisha ka batho hey we tira ka rena o tseba too much 1 2 3 4. So unless one day we are fed up enough, nothing will ever change.
Yeah, no
And the other thing, sometimes I don't understand, and I hope this won't get me in trouble, is the fact that how do you choose somebody who does not have your best interest at heart to go and represent you, right? Because remember, some of these laws and whatever, they need to be amended, right?
Yeah.
But all of us, we're not going to go to parliament, right? We choose people to represent us there. But then do we have meetings where we sit down with them and tell them exactly what we need. Yeah, understand. Do they listen to us? Do we also tell them, or okay, we need to hold you accountable? You said where do we have those conversations? Yeah, understand. And the other thing about the youth is that right now there's interest go politiki, but won't define moments. Nonsense parliament 1 2 3 4, but we're not ready to engage on real issues. They are affected every day.
True.
Yet we complain about the rate of unemployment being high.
Wow.
Yeah.
I'm even scared to play this game now.
No, Ardali, it's seriously too much. Okay, sorry, Ardali.
2025.
So we have a game for you. It says, who's most likely to? Who's most likely?
Yeah, it's fine. It's
between Skeem, some actors.
Characters or actors?
Characters. Character. Probably, yeah, I don't know. Okay. Who is most likely to ghost you after borrowing money?
Laughing my ass off.
But they give you options there, or after?
That's after.
Okay.
Who's more likely to ghost me after borrowing money? Can I be completely honest?
Yeah.
Nobody borrows me money. I mean, nobody borrows money from me. So
From
I wouldn't
SAAM?
know. Yeah.
In real life.
Agara look at Chelet and Elena Grato Hopela.
In real life.
Yeah, Chalinga no Hopela, Lena Ganon Hopela. You know, like a miracle because sometimes Utopa Lago Patela goes and Sonji Lake take out Fela or beef and whatnot. So I get a little mochility. Also, get a longer regular dish. Unless if you look at donation, you okay, get a new Goraga accent, I understand. Marajicha Hopela na di Chelete, the Talamata.
I write.
Okay. You're stuck in turf loop. Okay. With no electricity, no phone. Which cast member are you choosing to be stuck with?
Can I pick two?
Okay. It's between Hunga.
No.
There's already names.
Let him pick.
Okay.
I think I will take the Sakamela family. Mantuli, Pretty, Clement.
Why?
Because we have spent almost more than a decade together. Remember, we go to work every day. Gishutalawana every day.
For sure, man.
So I've got more since Libwana. So we now like family. Even outside of Skeem SAAM, we call each other right Alan and so forth.
Every day for 10 years.
More than 10 years. It's been 14 years now.
But I'm together.
Family leader. I'm telling you.
But Paxton, ever arrive go extravaganza. Dile Paxton. What are those
Zizo, Lemosa.
Yeah, Lemosa.
And then the others were the commitments.
Yeah,
but everyone, yeah. No, look at Mergo Kumana Galancher, Pillar Legofe. Yeah.
That's
but guys, come on, it's Skeem SAAM. Like you get it.
Yeah, like.
Wow.
Sure.
So who's most likely to, between you, Hungani Ndlovu, am I saying it right?
Yeah.
Hungani Ndlovu and Patrick Seleka. Who's most likely to forget their lines?
Aye. No, it's not fair. I don't think it's my place to say because that's got something to do with somebody's professionalism. Right? So what if now I lend them in problem? But come on, guys. Okay, I'll take the phone.
Okay, who's most likely to laugh during a serious scene?
That's me. Yeah, I can tell that.
Well.
I'm always laughing.
Most likely to arrive late on set?
But fair to. No,
Really?
Yeah, I'm telling you. No, Zilo will let you up in Robahono Vetakati, one of your party in Nagolagari, or Zilo Miracle late. And then other people maybe the production chilling about a Larga Savergal and Argola or Robalat.
Oh my gosh, people take that seriously?
Yeah, so I feel it's got to do with me, it's fine.
So are you in a marriage now? Are you dating?
Move from. Yeah.
Are you dating? Are you in a marriage? I just don't want to forget this. What's going on?
Oh, we're planning from all along.
So tell us.
You know, Zilla, one person will ring.
Don't motivational speak this answer. Don't.
It's
One thing
married
you know one person.
or dating simple.
I'm married.
Wow.
How long?
Yeah.
So long.
Is that your
2017.
ring?
No.
I check
this
it
one,
out, yo.
I
Wanna get your masapa yo?
No, it was 2017.
Wow.
Yeah.
White
That is
wedding,
crazy.
like.
Non chalo bola fan.
Oh, that's dope.
Simple.
Yeah.
I like that. Straight to the point and out. I have a very spicy question for you.
Okay, that's the
So-
only question I could answer regarding my personal life.
For a key interview.
Like, no, remember, there's other people involved. So sometimes you don't have to take your life out there. That's why you don't even know. Because I think so sometimes in life you must decide to, because sometimes let's say love life where we are in the public space. Or something, no, we don't trend because now you have opened that window ring, but into your space. So I prefer keeping it
Maloba.
to myself.
Ex ya 2 years ago.
Oh, come on, video. Are hey, when I'm to a chat with
Oh, chaka wa duwa.
Cause why not veiling? Zile. Ora. Why not veiling out there?
Like na.
Oh, agar na le na be no lokala le tswai mo na bule.
What did the ex say?
Ah, or le ke ska bule.
Na bule, it's fine.
No, ke thanga le video I think on TikTok. Are no, when I'm to a chat with Lorna. Why am I to a explore? The explorer. Yeah, okay, sharp.
You once said loyalty is everything to you, right?
Yeah.
So you don't have to name drop, but what's the biggest betrayal you've had to overcome in this industry?
Ooh.
You don't have to say names.
The biggest betrayal. Oh, yeah, this one. Marangas bulele mainane. So, I work with a lot of brands, right?
Yeah.
And then there's this person who lo ringi, ke mo recommendile.
Yeah.
Right? I like plaga batho
Yeah,
lo ringi
yeah.
ka gona. So this person wa tsamaya o ya kuwa, and then eba fita kuwa ba check profile ya high and 1 2 3 4, and then muthola o thoma Clement Maosa to those people ba lo ringi ke mo recommendetse bona. Yeah, I understand. We be like us no executor sharp content take what. But because now in a relationship le batho bale.
Yeah.
Ba boya mo nna ba mpoja ba rape this person was saying 1 2 3 4. Now ba felletse ba tsamaisitse ena and then they had to take me. The reason why I said in the first place is because they were offering child tailoring na niggas sharp guy. I was like I na ke sharp ngafa motho mo.
Yeah.
I understand.
Yeah.
And then yena fitla kuwa umpulela lina wansenya.
In what sense? Like,
Zile ke rona le batho ba bangwe ba nyoko ba relevant or motho nyoko ipotsa reng no ke nyoko make sure reng aba sa focus go motho la nna ke fitile and they must give me all the deals and everything. Yeah, I understand. So ba felletse ba kushore ape motho ra reng ke eno le rona le mathata because o bolela so and a tsebe lo reng that brand ke tswa le yona gone. Yeah, I understand. So now the agent on phone ela re emon ape motho ne re mo recommendile because wena no re heza ka watho a tata re bereka go pele mara motho o tle mo ke are so ene yena ka dira mereko mo yeah a re nga dira mereko mo sharp o feta wena 1 2 3. Now they tell me I understand.
I'm a confront.
Yeah, anaga confrontan. Naga mudji ke remon. Apo boletse so. No, you see, ne se so it's just that maybe abankushisha ne re mo bolela fela 1 2 3 4. But luckily because in a relationship ile bona I feel just a common deal then ba tshola pele lena. Yeah, that was the betrayal. Yeah.
So, if there was a movie about your life, what would the title be?
Oh, yeah, ne. A village hero.
Wow.
Yeah, we not ke bona re tsa
Ke tsere go di mo ne. Le ke sa ena ke re mareka baeng. Village
that's
hero.
dope. That's dope.
Nice.
Yeah.
So,
That's it.
what's next for you? Next coming 5 years?
Eish.
Who do you
Anything
wanna
you're
be
doing? Any
remembered
projects
as?
now? Anything you're doing?
Eish. Wa bona question e di tricky nyana ne.
Ha o sa Limpopo.
Ba re le re sa bolela lo ja mokhuto cause mana ba tshwalla o tseba ba to re ema ka
Never.
pele. But honestly speaking, we're living in a wa bona na go re phela mo yona dilo di change ja di sa tshwana, right? Back then no tseba lo re gona plan for 5 years. No, it's difficult to plan because economy bad, dilo di a change. Jigi no ipotsa reng the traditional way, entertainment, maybe get TV or radio. Now, it's like streaming, YouTube, whatever. So you can never really be 100% sure, okay, now my next plan is ABCD. I understand. Sometimes we just move as we go. Okay, nobody streaming, streamer, streaming. Next year, streaming is something else. You need to constantly adjust and reinvent yourself. Yeah, so it's very hard to plan or no. But one thing for sure that's close to my heart is my foundation. That's something that I know that it will, overlive me or outlive me, if I can put it that way. Yeah, I understand, because after all is said and done, and entertainment thing, eventually I'm going to move to Limpopo. I'm going to have an early retirement. I'll be at the farm and just living my life there. Wow. But one thing I know for sure that I'll be doing is continue impacting other people's lives, especially in the villages.
Clement 2025.
Clement 2025.
Why 2025?
Every time I give motivational speak, I say it's my quote. Clement
2025. Okay, I get it now.
Thank you so much for coming. This was
wow.
really
dope. This was nice.
Very educational. This is dope.
I'm gonna be telling you.
This is why it's good to have old guests.
Yeah.
Because they give us insight. I'm being dead ass because the young guests, hey, you know what I'm saying? Yeah.
Yes,
Aye.
Or a farming.
I'll take this one.
How do you know that term?
Eh?
How do you know that term?
Ke phela strategy. Yeah, ke phela
I want to skirikirinyana.
wanyana phela ke avisa.
Una lo skirikirinyana.
Ay ke avisa
Even
nya.
these rings.
Ay simongo emenyane.
But anyway, thank you guys for watching. See you guys next week. We love you.
Bye.
Emhlabeni kaJehova subscribe nina futhi nibabi if ubheke le channel for 10 minutes longer na subscribe umubi dog. That's why bakuchithela ngoba awuna commitment, unama commitment issues. Subscribe lapho ngeke sizwe ngawo.